asked so many times, Belinda, how do you be positive all the time? How is it something that you just positive? How do you do that? So I want to teach you some really simple tricks that you can start doing today so that you can walk away and you can be more positive. Positivity is not really something that you just wake up one day and bam, all of a sudden you're this amazing positive person. Yes, you can wake up and you can choose to be positive, but it takes other steps as well. So I want to teach you some of these steps so that you can make the decision to start doing these things in your life and leading a more positive, happier, healthy life. So the first thing that I want you to focus on is, what are you exposing yourself to? Okay, what are you seeing and what are you taking into your body, and what is it that you can change? Alright, so if you think about television for starters, what are you watching on TV? What are you seeing? What are you exposing yourself to? And how can you change that? I personally don't watch TV. I just don't enjoy most TV shows. I find that I'd rather be focusing on other areas of my life, but that's not to say that other people don't watch TV. I know that many people watch TV. So it's about making a conscious decision of what you're exposing yourself to. If you watch the news every single day, you are constantly bombarding your body with negativity. There's never really anything on the news that's positive. It's all about trauma and war and hate and all these awful things that, yes, it's going on in the world, and yes, it's horrible and all of the rest of it, but it doesn't make any difference whether you watch it or not as to those situations. If you watch it, you're just causing yourself pain. So if you remove those things from your daily watching, you'll see a big impact on the way that you feel. And if you listen to the radio news as well, it's the exact same thing. You can be driving along, having a really great day, and then next thing, a news announcer comes on and they start telling you that the price of, electricity or something is going up. And that immediately changes your energy and your frequency, and it brings you down. Because then you start thinking, oh great, I've got to make more money, or I'm not going to have enough money, and you start these negative feelings. So, you don't need to be exposed to that. You don't need to be worrying about these things in your day-to-day life. Alright, so what you expose yourself to is very important. And it's the same with TV shows and also news and what you read as well. So exposure is a big, big thing. I read a lot of self-development books and positive, impactful books, and I find that they've made probably, I would say, the biggest impact on my life as far as positivity goes. And there's a lot of amazing books that you can get your hands on. If you're not a reader like my husband, you can download a thing called Audible, and you can listen to books being read to you. So that's a really great little trick as well. So, feeding your mind with all of this information is amazing and powerful. Another thing to be really aware of is the people that you spend time with. And when we talk about the people that we spend time with, we're talking about relationships, friendships, people that we work with. All of these people make up who we are. The more positive people you spend your time with, the more positive you are going to feel. It's as simple as that. Positive energy rubs off, okay? You absorb other people's positive energy. So if you're spending time with people that are negative, guess what happens? Yes, you become more negative. It's really, really simple. So if you think about your friendships, you think about your relationships, you think about the work colleagues that you have, and have a think about it. Have a think about how you feel when you're with certain people or after you've spent time with certain people. One of my friends came around recently, and we hadn't seen each other for about a week. And, that's not a long time, but she said that she'd spent an hour with me and she left and she felt on top of the world. She felt $1 million and she just had all this positive energy. We didn't do anything rather exciting or anything. We just spent time together and she fed off that positive energy. So who do you have in your life that you can feed off of their positive energy? Who do you know that you would rather spend time with? Okay, so the people that are negative and, bring you down, you might want to start cutting out the time that you spend with them, or at least limiting it so you can spend more time with those people that are more positive. And if it's not people that you can actually physically spend time with, maybe it's people that you can follow, people online. There's amazing people doing amazing things all over YouTube and the internet, and you can follow these people so that you're being exposed to them. So that's a really great way of changing the way that you feel. If you're in a relationship where, you look at that person and you think, gee, they're always negative, they're always looking at the negative things in life, they're never focusing on the positive, that always come up with the negatives, then, you might need to make a decision. You might need to look at that person and go, well, if it's never going to change, then it's never going to change, okay? You can't change other people, you can only change yourself, all right? You've got to focus on yourself first so you can put in the time and you can become a more positive person, and that will eventually rub off on that negative person. But there's only so much positive energy that you can give to those energy suckers, okay? I call them energy vampires. They just suck the life out of you. I try really hard to limit my time with people like that, because life is way too short to be spending time with energy vampires, okay? So if you can certainly do that for yourself, then I highly recommend it. When we talk about work colleagues, oh my goodness, I would put work colleagues as the biggest energy suckers. I used to work with some people that would suck the life out of me. The things that they would talk about, that they would say, they would always focus on the negative aspect of their career rather than looking at all the amazing positive things that they had going on for them. So I would always try and backpedal and get away from those people as quick as possible, or change the subject. Pretty quick smart. So you can try that as well. And the other thing as well I find in workplaces is gossip. All right, gossip is the devil. If you think about people that gossip about others, it's usually because they're quite, I'd say, have low self-esteem, or don't feel great about who they are, so they try and drag other people down with them to make themselves feel better. But the thing is, that person that they're talking about, well, they're not hearing it, are they? You're hearing it. You're hearing that negative, and you're sucking in that negative energy. So with gossip, I say try and avoid it at all costs. If you can change the subject, or if you can just completely avoid it, and if you find that you start to bring up gossip, then try and change the subject as quick as possible, or say something positive about that person that you started gossiping about, because it really gets you nowhere. There's nothing good that ever comes of gossip. So do your hardest to try and remove that from your life, okay? It's really powerful when you start to do that. So there's some great tips that you can start implementing so that you become a more positive person. And what I want you to focus on as well is starting your day with a positive thought, okay? When you have positive thoughts, that sets you up for the entire day. Things that happen to us happen for a reason, okay? When we think of the law of attraction, things that are brought to us, it's all dependent on our energy. If you're giving out positive energy to the world, guess what? It comes back to you so many times over. It's unbelievable. So if you start the day feeling positive, guess what? You are going to have an amazing day. If you wake up and you have negative thoughts, oh, it's raining, it's cold, I don't want to go to work, all of these things, then your whole day just sets up on this negative foot. Whereas if you wake up, oh, it's going to be a great day, I'm so grateful that I've got hot water for my shower, things run smoothly. And if you start thinking negative thoughts about what's happening, oh my goodness, I'm running late, you're going to get every red light on the way to work, you're going to trip over and drop your bag of stuff all over the floor. All of these things happen because you're putting out a negative frequency. So start your day by thinking really positive thoughts and see how the day leads. It's really exciting when you learn that you can actually control your day, and you can control your thoughts and control your life for good. I'm Belinda Whelan. Love life, have trust in yourself, and make every minute count.